How's it going, everybody? So I've been on YouTube for a very long time now. Most people don't know, but I've actually been on YouTube since like 2006, but this channel's only been online since 2013. And I've only been making health and psychology and philosophy videos since 2013. And I first started to get into health research in 2014 and started to really take it seriously in 2016. Well, actually 2015 probably is when I took it seriously. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm not like other people. I've had a lot more time to dedicate to research than most people. So I have been studying for about 4 years now of like deep research, deep research, and every single day I've been researching. And two reasons is what made me start. So first, I started researching to reverse my own health issues, which I had some very bad ones. I had diabetes, I had a lot of mental illness all my life, severe mental illness. I was on pharmaceutical medications and antipsychotics my entire life, up until I was 21. And it was very hard getting off of them, very bad withdrawal symptoms and other things. I've had bad psoriasis and hives and brain fog, depersonalization, which I don't have anymore, but it was horrible. Depersonalization is horrible. I've had a lot of health issues I can go on and on about, but I've been free of pretty much every single health issue that I had since 2015. Okay. Now, of course, there's been small periods of time where I experience, some type of, physical discomfort or something. It's usually only if I choose to eat some kind of junk food or something of that nature, or if I eat some of those plant foods that I'm intolerant to. But it's nothing major. Like I get like hives or something if I eat something that messes with my gut, etc. Mental illness, everyone deals with mental struggles, but as you can tell, not a whole lot of people on the planet that can talk with such social precision as me. So I've had a lot of success with my own health, and helping other people achieve success with their own health is something I'm very good at. And you can just look at all my comments and my Facebook inbox and my Instagram if you don't believe me. So anyway, there's been a lot of just really foolish trends going on in the health world, pretty much for humans' entire existence. We've had lots of snake oil salesmen and other crazy things. And I'm really into herbalism and nutrition and naturopathic medicine and holistic healing. But in every single health system has their share of quacks, okay? One thing that I get a lot, that I've seen a lot of, is this whole, like, the human body is electric. Like, the human body's electric! And I turn into, like, Shocker or Electro from Spider-Man. And I'm able to just, like, tase people with my hands. The human body is electric! Like, but this is actually something people say a lot. Like, you should be vegan because the human body is electric. The human body is electric, they say. And they say you should eat electric foods, right? I would love to see you stick your tongue in a power outlet. Like, I wouldn't like to see that because you would die. Don't do it, okay? But it's a really funny explanation that really doesn't actually make any sense as in regards to what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. So this usually when people say this, it's because they've watched a lot of Dr. Sebi videos. And by the way, I studied Dr. Sebi a lot when I was vegan. And from what I've seen, he's achieved a lot of success with healing people from extreme diseases. And he even won a case in, was it civil court or Supreme Court? I don't remember, but there was a long trial. I think I saw a video, an entire video of his trial of different patients defending him with actual case studies, with actual blood tests and things proving that Dr. Sebi cured their diseases. And Dr. Sebi had died a couple years ago. They claim the cause was pneumonia, but apparently he was in police custody. It probably police beat him up, but we don't know for sure. But I can tell you, Dr. Sebi seemed like a rebel, and I'm sure lots of pharmaceutical companies wanted him dead. So who really knows what happened? But we can only make assumptions. The fact of the matter is, though, he was a very successful healer. And I believe he moved to he relocated to Costa Rica, I believe, and had like a health resort over there, and he healed a lot of top level celebrities and things of things like HIV and AIDS and cancer and all sorts of things. So one of the claims that he likes to preach is the human body is electric. Biochemistry is what this is all about. It's all about the biochemistry of humans, and the human body is electric. And there's only specific heirloom plant foods that humans should be consuming. Now, it's been a very long time since I've been vegan. Okay, it's been years. I was vegan for almost a year. I did Dr. Sebi's little protocol for about 2 months, and I don't remember it exactly, but I remember there was a grain that I think he wanted people to sprout. I think it was buckwheat, but I don't remember exactly. And specific heirloom fruits and vegetables that are human food. And what he says, basically, most foods have been hybridized. They're not the same as they used to be, which makes them unfit for human consumption. And he says the only foods you should eat are the unhybridized foods. Otherwise, if you eat hybridized foods, then you're going to develop diseases and you won't heal. And basically removing from the original human diet, which is the diet he supposedly promotes, this electric food diet, Dr. Sebi's electric food. If you don't eat Dr. Sebi's electric food, then you're never going to heal, and you're going to develop cancer and other problems. Okay. So first of all, all this stuff is complete nonsense. I can tell you for sure. And I'm not saying he didn't heal people, because I think the diet he promotes can heal people, but not because it's electric. Just like the video I did on alkaline diets, not because it's alkaline. There's other reasons that make perfect sense in science and in practice. Lots of people have healed disease eating animal products and not really worrying about if the food is hybridized or not, okay? First of all, okay? Second of all, the cause of disease, I can tell you, is not from eating hybridized fruits and vegetables, okay? Now, there's a lot of vegans in the world that have been vegan for, decades or multiple years. And of course, they do experience their own share of health issues over time, mainly depression and mood problems and deterioration of the body over time. And most vegans are going to freak out at me for that, but I'm sorry. It's what I've observed, and it's what I've experienced, and it's what many vegans come out and talk about as well. And there are definitely reasons why a lot of people don't do good on a vegan diet that aren't just because it's a vegan diet. There's gut bacteria issues and other things. But anyway, there's people who have done a vegan diet for a long time that eat plenty of hybridized foods and they don't die of cancer or whatever, It's not the hybridization, okay? It's a type of foods people eat, regardless of hybridization and even pesticide use, okay? The most significant cause of disease is artificially created foods. I'm not talking hybridization. Things like vegetable oils, hydrogenated oils especially, sugar, processed flours, refined foods in general. That's the main cause, okay? Especially these artificial fats. And an excess of abnormal or of unhealthy foods that humans wouldn't normally get in nature, and that our bodies just aren't good for, okay? It's mainly refined foods, okay? But then there are foods that can actually cause disease that aren't refined. And a lot of food intolerances. Some people just aren't meant to consume certain foods, or they have gut issues that don't allow them to eat certain foods. For example, dairy causes extreme mood swings for me, but not for everyone. Some people are lactose intolerant, but if they drink raw milk, they are fine. Casein, protein cause problems as well. But, so anyway, so hybridization, let's address that first. Hybridization is actually a natural process that happens among plants in nature over time. Okay, so in general, hybridization happens whether humans forcefully create it or not, okay? And it's not really such an invasive process either. But hybridization has been going on since the dawn of time. It's like the evolution of plants, really. It's just biological adaptations that just, they happen without humans. It's not really an unnatural process. It happens naturally. Now, you know, the way humans hybridize plants, you know, is not natural because humans are, you know, forcefully doing such a thing, but it's still not really that harmful of a process. And when you actually look at the mechanistic data and you look at what people are eating and the results they're getting, you can really see that hybridization isn't as big of a deal as most people think. But the plants we eat today were not available back, you know, even 10,000 years ago, even 2,000 years ago. The plants that we humans eat today was not available. They were not the same type of plants 2,000 years ago. So that's very true. If you look at bananas from, you know, 10,000 years ago, they're much smaller, they're much starchier, and they're much, you know, more disgusting. They weren't really tasty. Nuts and seeds were virtually impossible to eat back in prehistoric times. So, I mean, that's true. There were, you know, all the foods we're eating now, they look nothing like what they used to, okay? And the meat we eat these days is from hybridized, is that the right word for animals? Hybridized animals, domesticated animals, etc. So yeah, we're not eating the same foods that we would have eaten naturally thousands of years ago. But that doesn't mean that we're going to get cancer if we eat them. That's not the cause of most diseases. And I've healed most of my problems without worrying about hybridization. And there's a lot of people that have reversed cancer using a vegan diet, which I'm not vegan. I don't promote veganism at all. And they were eating hybridized foods. So I think that whole hybridization fear is retarded. It doesn't make any sense. And by the way, the definition of retarded that I'm using, you can Google search it, to hinder, to stop growth, to stop the progression of growth, okay? Fearing hybridization is halting the progression of growth, of healing and knowledge, okay, if you believe in it. That's what I mean by retarded. I'm not really, like, trying to, like, hurt the feelings of mentally ill people. Just to throw that out there, because sometimes people get offended and they write hate comments, some hate comments about it. So there's that. Now let's get into the electricity of foods and humans, okay? So, first of all, okay, so when we talk about humans are electrical, okay, so that's dumb. First of all, everything on the planet is alive. Everything on the planet is electrical, especially plants and animals. And human beings are animals, by the way, just so you know. There's actually a woman who said she didn't want to believe that all men are animals, but sorry, science has already proven that human beings are great apes. We're animals. So, you may not want to believe it, but we're animals, okay? I didn't know that there were people out there that didn't know that. But yeah, we're great apes. We're animals. So, we're electrical. Other primates are electrical. Monkeys are electrical. Walruses are electrical. Rats are electrical. My my coffee pot is electrical. Okay, my computer is electrical. The plants are electrical in the same way. Okay, we're all electrical, right? We can all tase people. We can all throw Kamehameha waves with our bare hands, right? Chi, right? We're electrical. Let's throw chi balls at each other. Let's heal each other with our chi. And by the way, there's more to that whole healing with chi thing. Like, I don't believe in the concept of throwing chi balls at people, because I'm a martial artist and I spar every single week. So, you know, it's been debunked. And I have friends that are Chinese medicine doctors. Their understanding of chi is not the same as most people think. Okay, it's not about chi balls and chi energy. It's a different translation. But anyway, this whole like electrical thing, it's just foolish. Okay, so the way that people promote Dr. Sebi's diet and the whole electrical theory. Look, here are the facts. Okay, so yes, in the sense of being living beings and our nervous systems and things, plants have nervous systems. They're electrical, just like other animals, including us and other primates. Okay, we're all electrical. Most animals do eat other animals, even herbivores, at least to a certain extent. I know most people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but plants eat animals. That's right, plants eat animals. They eat animal feces. There's actually nutrients from the animal that is inside of the feces that is being excreted, which is used to fertilize the soil and give birth to plants. Fertilization, just like a fertile mother giving birth to a baby. Okay, so fertilizer, the animal's feces, is used to give birth to plants. It's a circle of life, and it's called a circle for a reason. But anyway, I'm going way off subject because I just got finished making 3 hours of videos, and I'm like drinking a bunch of tea, so I'm going all over the place here. Electrolytes. So if you really want to think, if you want something tangible that actually makes sense to study when it comes to this whole electrical thing, electrolytes. Okay, so plants are full of electrolytes. They're basically pure minerals. Okay, the most density of nutrients within plants is going to be found in the mineral content. Okay, and surprisingly enough, the most bioavailable nutrients in plants is the minerals, depending on what you believe about phytates and phytic acid, which is a whole nother discussion for another time. But these plants contain a large amount of minerals. And these minerals are also known as electrolytes. When you consume minerals, okay, they bind to water, or they mix with water, and they help to govern fluid balance in the body. And they become a part of all the fluids in the body, including the lymph and the blood. And they're absolutely required for human life. And if a human being has a mineral imbalance or an electrolyte imbalance, many ill effects will happen. Okay? It is very dangerous to have electrolyte imbalance. Most of it's going to be mood imbalances and dehydration, okay, cramps, but nervous system disorders, okay. When we talk about electrical conductivity and the human body being electrical, what we're really talking about is, what we really should be talking about is the nervous system, okay. So it's not a spiritual thing, it's a fact. Do we need to be completely vegan to have mineral balance? No, we do not. In fact, there's a lot of nutrients that are exclusive to animal products, despite what vegan propaganda will tell you. If you're already brainwashed, then nothing I say is going to help you. But vitamin K2, vitamin D3, which is found in sunlight, but also it requires cholesterol and saturated fat in order to be converted properly in the body. What else is there? Well, we do actually need cholesterol and saturated fat to help metabolize a lot of these minerals. Without fat and cholesterol, our body's not going to be able to secrete bile. We're not going to be able to properly metabolize vitamin A, which means vitamin D is going to be in balance, and it throws off the balance of all the minerals and vitamins in the body, including, you know, all these electrolytes. The electricity is going to cause an electrical imbalance, and it's going to cause a thunderstorm, everyone. Oh my God, right? Where's Spider-Man when you need him? Take down the electrical human being known as Electro, or Shocker. It's crazy, man. So we actually need animal foods to have a healthy mineral balance. And definitely for a healthy nervous system, okay? Look at people like Vegan Gains. Like, it's not hard to realize that guy has a lot of problems with his mind. And if he ate more of a balanced diet that included at least a little bit of animal foods, mainly foods that are rich in omega-3, DHA, and EPA, probably would feel a lot better. Maybe he dumped Jasmine, who knows, right? Anyway, and he wouldn't be so genocidal, or not genocidal, suicidal, and homicidal. He's crazy, man. Wouldn't be so depressed. Anyway, so this whole electrical thing is total nonsense. You know, and you can get minerals from animal organs too, like liver. What else was I going to say? I mean, but, you know, going around saying you got to be vegan because a human body is electrical, it doesn't really mean anything, you know? Does my house need to eat a vegan diet because my house is electrical? It's got electric outlets and electricity running through it. Does my computer need a vegan diet because it's electrical? Like, it's not the same thing, right? Like, oh, there's electrical conductivity within the fluids of the body, yada, yada, yada. Scientifically speaking, when we talk about electricity, we talk about plant nutrients, we're talking about minerals and electrolytes, and they actually do work with water to balance the nervous system, which acts like a supercomputer. So that makes sense. And this is coming from somebody who studied Dr. Sebi's work a lot. So when you hear these people, like, oh, the human body is electrical, just know that the majority of them have no clue what they're talking about. They're just repeating dogma, right? And let's look at some of the people who preach this electrical vegan diet. Nature Boy, you know, that guy he's had a lot of problems. And if you watch this, if you listen to a lot of the stuff he says, you know, well, you be your own judge of that. It's crazy. There's videos online that, you know, yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys, but yeah, I mean, if chances are, if you follow that type of diet, you won't really be able to understand much of what anybody says, or you might not be able to even comprehend, you know, a 5th grade elementary book, because your brain's going to deteriorate over time. It's really crazy, because I've had friends that have followed these vegan diets, and damn, their mental health went downhill real fast. Now, balanced vegan diets, it doesn't really cause as fast of damage. Some people do really well on vegan diets in the long term, but I'm really talking about especially like the raw vegan diets, and that's what Dr. Sebi promotes for the most part, with a couple of exceptions. In the long term, this diet tends to really hurt people more than it helps. But for healing diseases, yeah, it's cool. Not because it's alkaline, and that doesn't make any sense when you actually understand alkaline balance in the body. And it's not because it's electrical. It's not because supposedly Jesus was vegan and the Bible says to be vegan, because you shouldn't be using the Bible as a nutritional textbook in the first place. Also, the Bible talked about eating lamb and fish anyway, and Jesus ate lamb and fish. So, and in the Bible it specifically said, God has given you all moving things on the planet and vegetation for humans to consume. Not that I give a fuck, I'm not religious, but some of these people have the most hilarious explanations for why they believe in the diet that they believe in. And it makes no sense. Like, it's hard to believe that people are, like, that irrational. Like, how do you really believe you're making sense? It's really crazy. Really, really crazy. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, you can't shoot key balls. You're not Goku. You're not Electro or Shocker from Spider-Man. So subscribe to my channel, or else I'm going to electrocute people with my human natural-born electricity. The human body's electrical. This is what happens when you eat an electrical diet. Electrocute. Okay. The human body is electrical!